And we see the best shooters taking advantage of this all the time, having the ability to step into shots. How does the NBA follow this up? You were thinking the Warriors, right?
The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions.
Before they even proved how potent the three-point shooting is, the Spurs did it first in 2014. This is probably a great example of the change that's taken place in the NBA. The Spurs in '99 won a championship with the twin towers of David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Fast forward to 2014 and they won emphatically against the Miami Heat trio, and a lot of it had to do with the incredible 46.6% they shot from three for the entire series, effectively starting this three-point shooting era. To an extent, I agree with the NBA. Watching games at 84-82 could be an extremely boring game, especially for more casual viewers. But I do think it's necessary. The NBA over the last 20 years has made a conscious effort to put an emphasis on scoring.
That was just about as poor defensive play as I've seen.
And why wouldn't they? Most of our favorite players are scorers. But at what cost? What kind of game are they creating with this analytics-driven game? To answer that, we should take a closer look at the most successful team of this era. The three-point shooting, fast-paced, four-time world champions Golden State Warriors. Of course, this team is led by the greatest shooter we've ever seen and one of the greatest players ever in Steph Curry. Although everyone highlights their three-point shooting, I've always seen them as a more complete team than people give them credit for. Their offense has always been able to find success at all three levels of the floor. Steph and Klay get most of the shine for the threes, but add Kevin Durant to that mix along with other really good shooters, and the Warriors at any time can have up to 4 shooters on the floor. Their ability to get easy baskets is one of the main reasons why they've been so consistent. They've been able to develop a strong paint game with their dribble drives and their constant off-ball movement. They probably utilize backdoor cuts more than any other team. But one thing that I've never seen discussed about this team is that middle area. As we look at their head coach, Steve Kerr, who is part of 5 NBA championships with the Bulls and the Spurs. Kerr shot a blistering 45.4% from 3 for his career, which is still the record. Yet his most iconic shot ever was a mid-range shot that he hit to beat the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals.
Michael in traffic to Kerr, 15-footer.
When he was asked about his training in an old interview, he spoke about practicing mostly from 18 feet.
Like I said, I generally practice from about right here. To be a good three-point shooter, first of all, you have to be a really good shooter, period. Yeah. And I practice from 15 to 17 feet.
It's no surprise that he was one of the players who could fill in and hit shots from the mid-range for the Bulls. Clearly, the mid-range was always in Kerr's DNA. In practice, in games, all while playing with guys who were so effective from it. It shows with all the different variations of this Warriors team over the years. Their first championship team had Harrison Barnes as the starting 3, who was a slashing finisher with athleticism, who also developed a mid-range game that the Warriors featured. Sean Livingston off the bench was known for his mid-range mastery, towering over other point guards at 6'7". In 2017 though, Harrison Barnes was basically swapped for Kevin Durant, who was already great from the mid-range, but during his time with the Warriors, he mastered it.
I just really started thinking like a big. Like, can I get some lays? Can I get a mid-range? Like, let me see if I can get a couple bunnies first and see how my J working tonight. Because if it's not working, then I can't be forcing all night from the 3. If I get a little bit of space and I'm inside of the 3, I feel like I'm making 100% of them.
So in this three-point era, even the best version of a three-point shooting team features mid-range shots. So why does analytics disagree?